These little birds here, these little sandpipers, there's purple sandpipers. I've seen a couple of curlew as well. I've seen oyster catcher, there's two there. And I've seen godwit. A godwit is an incredible bird. Its name derived around about the 1400s. Probably means a bird that's, you know, that eats well. Good wit, something like that. Believe it or not, it's an English term. And I've walked all this coastline and they keep moving. Every time I get close they move, they go out, they fly in a half circle and a half moon and back in again. And see, when you're crossing a flow like this, always check it with a stick, because it can actually be very, very light sand and it's like quicksand. But back to the birds. So they keep moving along from me. Tell you an interesting thing about a godwit. A godwit was recorded flying in a migratory flight non-stop for 30,000 kilometres. They regularly fly 8 to 10,000 kilometres between New Zealand and Alaska, places like that, and they've been recorded with sat-nav, like satellite tagging. See, like the faster stuff, see how soft it is. Got to be careful. Don't want to walk into the quicksand here. So these little sandpipers have just stormed this beach all day long for ragworm, lugworm, stuff like that. That's their staple diet. They're fascinating wee birds to watch. There's a curlew sandpiper up there, flying. It's called a sandpiper because it filters the beak, the sand with its long beak. Their beaks are like 6, 7, 8 inches long. They're huge. Average about 5, 6 inches, but they go straight down and they pipe the sand up and they extract what they need from it and then they pipe it out. It's really clever. Sandpiper. I've seen dunlin today, I've seen dotterels, I've seen all sorts. I've seen a sea eagle, I've seen an osprey earlier. It looked like a young osprey. It didn't look as if it was... It looked as if it was travelling. It was a good mile out and it was getting mobbed by the seabirds. It just looked as if it'd probably be a juvenile. You know, 1 or 2 years old and maybe not of a mate yet, maybe not of a nest site, but just naturally migrated back. And the sea eagle, it was huge. Tide's working its way back, slowly. This is the low water line. High water's just there, but this is the low water line. That's it now at its lowest and then it'll turn. I can see all the way over to Nig Bay. I can see flares in the distance. Platforms flaring off. Stena platforms probably. But aye, watching these wee birds, it's interesting. They're fascinating wee creatures. There's about a dozen of them and they just run along, little half moon and back in. And there's always one that's a lookout and it's watching me getting close to them. And it obviously, as soon as it lifts, the rest lift. They don't even look about. As soon as one goes, they all go. Quite clever. It's a system. Clever wee system. And blessed with a beautiful day there, it's stunning. a lot of miles today. Now I'm going to enjoy the last of it. Cheers.